Welcome to APW Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Help for Homes. This is the show dedicated to you, the homeowner, for you to experience the Dixie difference. If we can help you with any of your plumbing, heating, or cooling needs, give us a call at 913-825-6600. My name is Keith Ford, and next to me, Dixie Williford.
And welcome to APW Help for Homes. And thank you for listening in every Saturday. We've been doing this for over 5 years now, and we appreciate you listeners and giving your feedback. So first off, I just want to say thank you for listening and enjoying the show. If you're a new listener to APW Help for Homes, Keith and I run APW Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Been doing it for over 16 years here in the metro, in and around the metro. We actually service about an hour radius around our centrally located office on all of your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs. And so we just share information with our customers in every home, and we thought, gosh, we want to do that in a broader sense on so we do it every Saturday now. Been doing it for quite some time, and just giving you things that are happening, current events that are happening with your plumbing, heating, or air conditioning, tips to watch out for that time of year, things a normal homeowner may not think about, really. So we just kind of want to be that little conscience on the side of your head going, do this, change your filters, get your water heater maintained, get, those type of things. So, and then giving you information on even how you can do it yourself so that maybe you don't have to call a professional company like APW Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. And that's okay too, because we know when you got the big stuff, we hope we've informed you and educated you enough that we've earned your trust that you will give us a call and we can service any of your plumbing, heating, and air conditioning needs.
So is that kind of like the devil on one shoulder and the angel on the other?
Yeah, you saw me
So which one are you?
My hand. So we're the angel on your shoulder, giving you the hints or the secrets in your ear of what to do for your home and to maintain it.
I think I'm the devil guy.
To make sure that you're not spending the big money where the devil takes over because you didn't maintain your home. You didn't, do those monthly or yearly things that you have to do to all the things that take care of a house. So that's when the devil takes over and he says, don't listen. But you just think of APW as the angel of, giving you that information to push you ahead to make sure you're doing the right thing and staying up on maintenance, proper maintenance for your home.
Do you know why the coffee had to file a police report?
No, I have no idea.
Because he got mugged.
Oh, wow. You have the worst jokes. Please, stop it.
Worse? They're not horrible.
Stop it.
Me and all the rest of us old people, we like these jokes.
Oh, my lordy.
That's a great joke.
So I want to let people know there's a big secret that's coming out for APW customers is that we've extended the free furnace sale. We've had so many people call, and we can't get you in January, and I told you we couldn't get you in January, but we've gone ahead and extended the sale for February. So February is a short month, so we figured that wasn't going to hurt us too bad. Obviously one of the shortest months of the whole year. So we have the free furnace sale with the combo purchase of a furnace and air conditioner all February long. But don't wait, because we won't be able to extend this in March. I guarantee that. So we want to make sure if you call for your free estimate, no cost, no obligation, just for the estimate. So don't let anybody charge you for that, because we do not charge for estimates. They're always free from APW Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. And we do a proper load calculation for your home. Most companies don't take the time to do that. So we will do a proper load calculation to make sure that we're getting the correct size furnace and the correct size air conditioner for your home. We're not going to replace what you already had. If you have a 3-ton, maybe now you need a 3.5-ton. Maybe you need only a 2.5-ton. The proper load calculation, it's a whole computer program that we punch in all the numbers. Can't mess that up. And it spits out all the information, really cool for you to see. So you can actually see, in addition to the monthly savings that you'll get with upgrading to high efficiency equipment. So if you're upgrading, obviously you're going to be upgrading from what you already have. And it will also show you the monthly savings on your utility bills. So we guarantee that you'll get better comfort in your home. We guarantee that you're going to lower your energy bills. And we guarantee that you're going to have better safety in your home when upgrading to a new furnace and air conditioner. And right now, till the end of February, you're going to get a free furnace with the purchase of an air conditioner. Please call for details. 913-825-6600 or go to thedixiedifference.com. And if you don't have a chance to write that number down right now, so for the free furnace sale. cell, which is pretty cool. Now, so let's say, you know what, my furnace is only a couple years old. I don't really need to do that, but I do need to maintain it. I heard you talking about that just a second ago. Well, we've got the $59 radio special, furnace safety and safety inspection. And if you're not doing that annual maintenance for your furnace, shame on you, and I mean that in the nicest way, because it is a necessity. You need to make sure that you're maintaining your mechanical equipment just like you do your car. You always make sure that you get an oil change for your car. You must always do this for your furnace. And then when springtime comes around, you must always do this for your air conditioner. And so many folks out there do not do it, and they neglect their systems, and then they die early. That's basically what happens.
Yeah,
they don't last as long as they should, and they start breaking down early, and they die early, period.
Yeah, the number one service call we get is bad airflow, which is typically the air filter or your coil, which the coil is on top of the furnace. So what happens is, especially with all the great technology, these furnaces are made to protect themselves. It's not like the old day where you would throw in the heat and it would burn at 2,000 degrees and it didn't matter what was in its way and it was going to burn, right? Furnaces don't do that now. They have incredible technology. They save a lot of energy. They work really well. They're really smart furnaces. The problem has gotten is they've gotten so smart that unless you maintain your airflow, they are going to shut themselves down because they're not going to allow them to be damaged. So the furnace knows when it's overheating.
Which is a great thing, but not a great thing when it's 0 degrees outside like it was just this last week.
Right, and it's not just equipment. We sell every person who's buying equipment. When you don't replace the filters, all the new equipment that's been coming out for the last 4 or 6 years, and as the equipment gets better and better each year, it becomes more important, is that when you have bad filtration, or if you don't clean your coils and the air can't flow up through the coil, those are a couple areas where furnaces overheat, they shut themselves down. They'll turn themselves back on, but they're going to cool off basically long enough. They're going to shut off long enough to cool down. So that's really what we're running into, and we're doing the best we can, but you guys hear us all the time. Thank you. You cleaning? I had something on my face. My wife was cleaning it off. Hey, she does that to me.
It's a radio show. You can't. You're supposed to tell people
somebody's watching. At least 3 people right there. I can see them.
We do have it on Facebook, so you can see it on Facebook.
Just so you know, if you see weird pauses or you hear them and you're wondering what we're doing, it's actually because of the camera. We can see the camera and we can see what we're doing. So, you know, naturally, you just kind of do weird stuff in there. So it's not me. It's actually Dixie.
It's all
that's
you.
Not, yeah. But that's really what's happening. Now, one of the things that people are doing to compensate for that is they're being told to, that service switch that you have, they're being told to shut off the service switch and then turn it back on, and that'll reset the furnace and it'll start up right away. You know, that's fine. You run into any risk. She's fixing my shirt now. So that's fine. But the problem you have to be concerned about is something is causing it to shut off, and you forcing it to run is not the safest thing for you to do. So if your furnace is shutting off and you don't know why, or you don't think it's running all the time because it seems like it's shutting down, the first thing you want to do is replace your filter. Get a filter in there. You know,
easiest thing. Well, let me just reiterate. The easiest thing that you can do is to replace your furnace filter. We just talked about this the last 2 weeks.
But they're buying the wrong filter too. Is also part of the problem. You're buying that. Yeah, but that
nobody in Kansas City is listening to us right now. We're getting so many calls on, furnaces stopping.
They're listening to me. They're not listening to you.
And we're going out there, and it's because of a dirty filter. And so, we can send you filters. You're like, I don't know what to buy at, the big box store. Call APW Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. We'll send you a 6-month supply for less expensive. It's a higher quality filter than you would get at the big box store. And so you got 6-month supply there. You can take one out, put one in, take one out, put one in once a month. Once a month, you get those filters changed, and you are protecting your furnace, which is also protecting the airflow into the furnace, which is blowing throughout your home, which protects the blower motor. And again, it's the blower motor is doing exactly what it says. It's blowing air. It's the motor that blows, and that is super important because that blows all through summertime and all through wintertime for you. And we've got to protect that, because if you restrict the airflow, the blower motor seizes, stops, and then you have nothing.
Yeah, except for, you have great bills you get to pay.
Well, you got the service guy coming out. And so, and it's just coming down to, I mean, there's other reasons why a blower motor fails. However, we're getting too many calls on changing your filter. And I just hate to, get that call. I mean, we love educating folks and they seem real appreciative, but at the same time, they're like, oh gosh, I didn't realize my filter. I didn't think about that, So we talk to people a lot on the phone. We ask them to check their filter and they always they just kind of default into,
or they say, well, I just replaced it recently.
Yeah. And we find it out when we get out there. It was like 3-4 months ago. I totally get it. My gosh, we've got, we run a business, we've run a family at home, we've got our kids at a million different activities. We're just trying to finish up a bit of a remodel at home. I mean, we got 50 million things going on, as you do as well. And we understand you're not thinking about changing your furnace filter once a month. However, if you're having any issues with it, that's something you definitely want to, that's something you can take care of individually and, save your furnace forever. So, not literally forever. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to APW Help for Homes. Do give us a call for the free furnace sale. Get your free estimate right now with the combo purchase of furnace and air conditioner. We're going to give you the furnace for free. Holy cow. So make sure you give a call for a free estimate, and we always have financing to make this easy for you, and we can get that installed for you right away as well.
What are we going to talk about?
913-825-6600. We got a couple other things. We got some problems with the freeze that we got this last week, and we're going to talk about tankless water heaters. So stay tuned. We'll be right back in just a moment. Go.
Hello, and welcome back to APW Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Help for Homes. I'm Keith Ford. Next to me, Dixie Williford.
And welcome back to APW Help for Homes. You got a little sun coming in the studio today.
My wife's now blocking my face.
Yeah.
So far, she has fixed any hair that I have on my head. She has cleaned off any food I have on my face. She's adjusted my shirt, fixed my eyes. There's not anything left for you to do.
Gosh.
What are you going to do the rest of the day? You've done it all.
What are you doing? You're like shunned or shined away with the love, or I don't know.
God likes me.
Anyway, so welcome back to APW Help for Homes.
Hey, you know what?
Keith and I run APW.
Wait a second, I got something for you. Stop. I got something for you.
All right,
okay. Do you know where a snowman puts his money?
Not a clue.
In a snowbank.
Oh, jeez. Wow. Moving right on. Keith and I run APW Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. He's definitely not a comedian.
Yeah, I am.
And we're also a married couple, so unfortunately.
We are?
No, just kidding. But we definitely have lots of things that we're talking about today. We had some, greatly frigidy air that came in last week. Wow, it got cold. And so we, with that being said, want to introduce the free furnace sale that APW Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling has going on right now. Call for your free estimate. We'd love to come out and give you a free estimate. No cost, no obligation. You folks can be your own best judge of whether APW can be your company to service and replace your furnace and air conditioner with the free estimate. 913-825-6600 is the number to call, or you can go to thedixiedifference.com and give us a call at your earliest convenience. Now, we do have somebody in the office right now that can take your call and get you scheduled for that. February is a short month, so take advantage of it by calling right now before February gets away from you. And then you're like, really, folks, this is the biggest sale of the year. I mean, people don't... HVAC companies do not give away free air conditioners, but we can do the free furnace. So take advantage of a major savings. In addition to that, KCP&L and KCP&L and Spire Energy, if you're on the Missouri side, gives rebates. And those rebates are pretty darn significant. So between a free furnace sale and the rebates that are out there, you should totally take advantage of that. It's a lot of free money to get some expensive equipment down to a really, 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 really manageable cost, and really feel like you get a steal. Who doesn't go in the store and just feel great when you get such a great steal of a deal? And this is the time to do that. So this is a great sale, plus the free money that's out there from Kansas City Power and Light and Spire Energy. Now, Kansas City Power and Light, they are losing the rebates. The rebates are over March 31st of 2019. So they are expiring, if you will. They may be, we're being told they are in contract and negotiation to see if they can get them reinstated. So we will find out in April if that is the case or not. But they absolutely are expiring, these rebates from Kansas City Power and Light on March 31st of 2019. So there's a little bit of extra information. So call us now for that free estimate. And again, for the free furnace sale. Let's say your furnace is like, well, it's a couple years old, Dixie. I don't need a free furnace, but thank you. That does sound like a great deal. Give us a call for the $59 furnace safety inspection. You must, folks, be taking care of your furnace once a year. Let us be your provider to take care of it. And that's chump change for $59 to come out and start that process for you. The main thing that we see are people just literally have not taken care of it, so they're for dust and all kinds of stuff are accumulating inside your furnace, and that is not cool. You really need to make sure that that is being cleaned properly by professional technicians, not something you want to do yourself, and that it's getting taken care of. So let us do that for you. Call 913-825-6600. Again, 913-825-6600. So that was what I wanted to talk about. I want to get into tankless water heaters, and also there's some rebates for that as well. But before I do jump into tankless, we've been moving a lot of those units lately, so must be a buzz in the air about those. I know you wanted to talk about some calls we got in this last week about sump pumps again. Yeah. You wouldn't think about it, but we're getting these weird calls about sump pumps. So we want to address those and tell you how to take care of it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's been a long time. I've been in, Kansas City since 99, so 19 years now? So, something like that?
No,
20 years?
Well, we started dating in 98.
Oh, so I've been here since 97?
So I think you got here in 97. Yeah.
97, okay. Well, I've been here for at least a decent amount of years. And this is one of the weird weather years. And recently, it seems like they get more interesting. But what's happening that isn't necessarily common is we're getting a great deal of moisture. It's melting, or it's becoming in liquid form to sump pumps, and then it's freezing right away. The next day, it's all frozen up.
You mean
right?
water?
Water itself, yeah. So, well, I mean, because usually we'll get snow,
like
it melts away,
yeah.
And then, because the sun comes out, and then another storm will come in. But this is like, the storm is like changing hourly, where we'll get tons of water, and then all of a sudden it's complete ice.
I know, we were like a 1 degree just a couple of days ago, yeah. And it's like beautiful out. I mean, it's like a huge relief. And
you have that at times, but it's the moisture where it's the issue. So what's happening is we're getting sump pump replacements because some of them were installed incorrectly. A lot of it is just, you're so funny. A lot of it is just the fact that the discharge tubes are freezing up, and so the pumps are burning themselves out because they're trying to pump out water that can't move.
Shocker.
Right. So that's one thing, is make sure that, I mean, because when you get an ice storm or cold storm and you get water into your house, it's going to be a huge deal when you can't discharge it, right? I mean, it's even worse in the wintertime than the summer.
Pumping it out and away from the home. It sounds weird when you say discharge. I know that's the right word, but pumping the water out and away from the home.
I like discharge.
Okay, all right, keep going.
Yeah, if you're in the hospital, you want to be discharged. Not pumped up and away, right?
Right. Okay.
If you're pumped up and away, that's probably a bad thing when you get out of the hospital. So I'm just saying, discharge. I'm properly discharged.
Okay.
I could believe that in many areas.
All right.
So, but what we want you to do is, for either yourself or have us or somebody go.
You want to check APW.
I know, but I don't want them to feel obligated. I just want to help them out.
APW.
Make sure that your water's able to drain. Make sure that they didn't restrict the plumbing leaving your sump pump. And I prefer...
And we can help you out with that. We can make sure. Just, if you're having some freezing, that you're having some problems with the sump pump, call APW Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. We know what to do. We do these things all the time. We'd be happy to help you. I'm only rushing you because we got to go to another break.
And then we're going to talk about tankless.
And then we're going to get in some tankless because we've been moving a lot of those. So
all right. So get your sump pump looked at. Make sure it's okay.
Absolutely. So also call for your... we do have a whole home plumbing inspection that we can take a look at that for you for only $125, and we'll do a whole tanked water heater flush all with that. So whole home plumbing inspection, including a tanked water heater flush from APW Plumbing, Heating, Cooling. 913-825-6600, thedixiedifference.com. Be back in just a moment.
Hello and welcome back to APW Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Help for Homes. I am Keith Ford, and sneezing next to me is Dixie Wolford.
Did you hear that in the background?
Yes, I did.
Tried to
I was
hide
right
it.
here.
Oh my, I might have another one. They never come in one, so I'll try to...
No, it's supposed to be in threes, isn't it? And we're going to come up with number 2.
I know, it didn't come. Okay, so
it's the sunlight.
It is. The sun came out.
It does that to you. They say the sunlight will make you sneeze more.
It does.
You know, we're having a conversation. We do need to talk about the Jayhawks, by the way, and the free tickets that we have.
Gosh,
that you have not spoken about.
I haven't, exactly.
And I am, I guess,
so what are we talking about?
I'm the show police right now.
Tell everyone what we're talking about.
Well, we talked about sump pumps. We talked about stop buying bad filters. Stop not replacing your filter.
For your furnace.
Stop not cleaning it. Stop doing this because we don't want to do those service calls to you because they're horrible. Just get them clean, taken care of, and then you get to enjoy the cold, which is there is ways to enjoy it.
And then the one thing I didn't talk about.
I didn't say this. Stop buying those hyperallergenic filters from the box stores. They don't work, and it's really bad for your equipment. So stop buying those. Just call us up and I'll get you the right filters for your
a high quality
I just wanted
filter.
to say that. It's been bugging me.
Every
time I'm in a box store, I have to tell people. They're like,
it's a ripoff.
Yeah,
okay,
well, they start buying. I like, you don't want to do that. And they go, do you know what you're talking about? I was like, no, but my wife says I do.
Oh, my gosh.
My wife does.
Not a funny joke.
I said, look, my wife's on my shirt. Matter of fact, we were talking about that, me and the boys. We were talking about who loves their wife the most. And I was like, I absolutely love my wife more than you guys do. And they said, how can you prove that? And I took off my jacket, and what was I wearing? A Dixie shirt, a Dixie small jacket.
In case
you were all over me.
Right.
I'm like, do you guys wear pictures of your wives on your shirt? No. That proves I love mine more.
That is too funny. So if you haven't noticed or don't know, APW Plumbing
We're
Heating Cooling. We're a married couple. But our logo is actually a caricature of me, and it's on the trucks and on our vans and on our box truck, and then of course we have it on our apparel. So that was the point, as you see the apparel. And it says experience the Dixie difference.
Right. If you go online, you could read right now. I'm just showing it to you.
We are going to share. Yeah, we share these radio shows on our Facebook page. So definitely go to our Facebook page and check it out. Or if you missed a point, you're like, I want to get that point again. Or you just love us so much, you want to hear it all over again, but you want to see it in person. Then go to our Facebook page at APW Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, and we'll be there. In addition to that, another great reason to go to APW Facebook page is that we're giving away 2 absolutely free tickets to the KU K-State game at the end of February. Lower level seats, actually row 6, so they're great seats right there close to the court. And with parking pass, by the way. In addition to that, make that a short little walk there for February cold weather. And see a great game at Allen Fieldhouse. So K-State's doing actually pretty good right now. I got to give it to them. And
they may win the Big 12.
It doesn't matter how great or how bad or whatever KU's doing. Watching a game at Allen Fieldhouse is amazing. And so it's a great college experience. One of the best in the whole nation. So 2 free tickets sponsored by APW Plumbing, Heating, Cooling. All you got to do is go to the APW Facebook page. You have to go like our page and share the post that we have about the giveaway. It's a video of myself and our marketing manager. So I'm holding a basketball. So that makes it easy for you to scroll real easy and see the basketball video and go and like and share. And then I tell everybody, don't just stop there. Go tag somebody so they can go share. So that ups your chances of getting a win on that. We gave away 4 free tickets here a month ago, or no, back in December for the Kansas City Chiefs. And oh my gosh, this lady, she loved it. She got to go take her family and enjoyed the game so very much. So, and when you're on the APW page, you can see great little tips that we have, reminders, videos, and then of course we post these as well. So some fun stuff there that if you're a Facebooker, you can always go to our Instagram page as well at APW Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. But if you're one of those that likes to scroll, well, let APW help you with your life there as well by just kind of giving you some good tips and steals and deals and freebies. So it's
and jokes.
Fun. It's fun. Oh, I don't know about the jokes.
Yeah, there's some good jokes on there. I tell most of the good jokes, but
I'm not so sure about that. Hey, I wanted to get into a great topic of the tankless. We've been running. Well, we put in tankless. Hundreds of them all year long.
Yep.
So we've just been running a whole bunch of them lately. We got Spire Energy rebates on tankless of $200. So definitely, there's free money there as well. But people really still just don't know a lot about tankless tankless water heaters. I mean,
okay, you want to know how little they know?
Yeah, tell me.
Right. So we had a rep from a water heater manufacturer come in, right? And he was talking to us about
water heaters. Yeah,
right? Tanked water heaters.
Distributor
rep. And so he wanted to get some training classes for our guys on their specific brand. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. Anything you can learn is always good. So he was asking me what I thought at the end. And I was like, well, I'm sorry, I'm a tankless guy. And so he started asking me questions. And I realized this guy doesn't know anything about tankless. And I was really shocked that he knew virtually nothing about tankless.
That's sad.
And, well, it's not only sad, it just tells you even people that deal with heating water don't know about tankless. And so, you know, he asked me a simple question like, yeah, but what about keeping up with the water flow in a house? And I said, well, it's sizing it right. I mean, you can have as big a house as you want. If you size it right, a tankless will easily keep up with it. So it's really how it's installed and if it's sized properly. The biggest
just like
problem,
your HVAC equipment. If you don't size your furnace and air conditioner properly, it's not going to cool or heat your home properly. Same thing with tankless water heaters.
Well, it's like putting on pants. If they're not sized right, you can run into big problems, right?
True story.
You can either hurt yourself or hurt other people. One of the two is going to happen, right?
Yes.
So sizing everything, it matters, right? Nail sizing, I got a whole bunch of that stuff.
Oh, my Lord.
Right? But that's where, but that's where you, it needs to be sized correctly. And that's where I was trying to help them understand, right, is that really what it comes down to is people doing quality installs, which is what we take a great deal of effort to do. And if you guys knew how much more effort we put to installing properly than most people do, you'd be absolutely shocked.
That is the Dixie difference. Yes.
Right? It's a huge deal to us. We spend a great deal of time on it.
That is the reason equipment will last the test of time, because of proper installation. Why equipment fails is mainly comes down to improper installation, where it happened in the beginning.
Oh, yeah. Trust me, you know how many questions I get, like, why do I need this? Nobody else has told me I needed it because nobody else cared, I guess. I have no idea why they didn't tell you. You need it. And so it really, at times, it's tough. You get, you'll get the basic, you'll get questions in here as far as, do I need, whatever it is, expansion tanks, dielectric unions, whatever they may be for codes or for safety purposes. And people will say, well, the last person I had out said I didn't need that. And I'm like, well, then they're not educated. And honestly, a lot of companies like to make money off of people for stuff failing. That's how they make money.
If you just tuned in, what Keith's rambling about here is codes that need to be associated when you're installing a tanked water heater. Right. So folks aren't always educated on the codes that when you install just a regular water heater, that there's additional codes and equipment that needs to be installed as well. And so
companies take shortcuts to reduce costs. They don't inform their customer.
But it's a safety issue now.
And it's a safety problem. So you run into it and things happen with their equipment. They don't understand why they prematurely failed.
Yeah.
So just like tankless is a very high-tech item. It's one of the coolest things you can go into. Well, this factory rep that I was speaking to...
that was a factory rep for tanked water heaters.
Right. And what he said was, well, they're supposed to save a lot more energy, but I don't know how much they save in energy. And I was like, well, okay, let's take energy savings out of this, right? Let's don't even get into the energy saving point. Let me do this. The number two reason, in the United States for insurance claims on a home is water damage. The number one reason is tanked water heaters. Indoor air quality is 10 to 100 times worse than our worst cities. It's the number 3 health concern in the United States according to the EPA, and the number 1 environmental concern according to the EPA, right? 9 parts per million, if you look at the UCLA study done on carbon monoxide, 9 parts per million can affect you horribly, and carbon monoxide detectors are a waste.
Let me slow you down.
Because they don't
Let me slow you down. Because people are like, wait a minute, why did we go from tanked water heaters to air quality? How do you jump to that? Now, I know why you jumped to that, but slow down. Let the listener know. Why did you just go there?
That's your job. I just ramble.
I know, but tell them why you went to air quality on a tanked water heater.
Because, see, tanked water heaters do not help with the air quality. They hurt the air quality.
In your home.
Inside of your home. Especially the new water heaters. If you'll look at the bottom of a new water heater, they have a screen or shield at the very bottom. And that's actually your intake air. It's drawing the air from the bottom of your water heater. And there's a big open screen pan that has a whole bunch of holes. That's why I guess I just called it a screen. And it allows the air to come up and go to the burner that's now heating the tank itself to create hot water, right? The problem is you know how much dirt you always see on your floor, like in your basement?
Right.
Imagine how much has been, if it's drawing in air, how much air has sucked in there. And once it blocks any of that screen, it reduces airflow. If you reduce airflow on a gas-burning appliance, you create more carbon monoxide. And that's where the problem comes into it. A tankless can't do that. And so,
because it's a closed-in system.
And Dixie has
closed.
Tons of stuff we'll talk about when we get back then, and all of her stuff is right.
That's
but if
right,
you listen,
because I'm right. I'm always right.
Yeah, that's true most of the time.
Okay, so I got 30 seconds, so I've got to go to a quick break, and so you're just kind of comparing between a tank-to-water heater and a tankless water heater. So we got more facts, so you can educate you, because I know these are questions we get all the time about what's the deal with tankless, and so we like to kind of tell the difference as well. So what you're going away from. We'll be back in just a moment. You're listening to APW Help for Homes. I'm Dixie Williford. Across from me is Keith Ford.
We're a married couple.
And we'll be back in just a moment.
Yep. Hello, and welcome back to APW Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Help for Homes. I'm Keith Ford, telling lots of jokes. Next to me is Dixie Williford, who doesn't like them.
Gosh. Just lots of jokes while we're waiting on the commercials. And not good ones, folks. Not good ones. I don't mean like bad or nasty. I just mean like just bad.
I don't tell crude jokes. That's not funny. No. I just tell jokes that aren't that funny.
Like, what did one wall say to the other wall?
I'll see it in the corner.
Yeah, that's that kind of jokes. I'm like, oh, yeah. Lord.
What do penguins, how do penguins build houses?
I don't know.
Out of glue.
Oh, jeez. That's dumb. Just dumb. So, welcome back to APW Help for Homes.
I'm telling you, this stuff is
funny.
I think it's funny.
Heating and air conditioning company, right here in the Kansas City Metro. We service about an hour radius around our centrally located office, and we love to help you with any of your questions, problems at all, comments on plumbing, heating, and air conditioning. We do the show every weekend, so if you have questions that you want answered on the show, then definitely give us a call. We'd be happy to talk about them, and we do frequently. But more importantly, I know we get questions all the time about just right to the office. So we appreciate you calling, and we want to help you in any way possible. That's why we do the show, of course. Also, another reason we do the show is because we want folks to know a little bit about what things APW are doing. And right now, we've got the free furnace sale going on. So I'm making sure I'm making a big emphasis, because it really is the biggest deal we do all year when it comes to your furnace and air conditioner. So we have the free furnace sale going on right now. Call for your free estimate. It's when you buy a furnace and air conditioner combo unit, we'll give you the furnace for free. So call for details. Our estimates are always free. We never charge for them. No company should. So we never charge for them. And then if you're thinking, well, I don't have the cash to write a check out for that, or I don't want to waste my credit card, we have great financing. Low monthly payments. Make it super easy for you. Low interest rates. So definitely don't let that worry you as well. We help you take care of all of that. 913-825-6600 is the number to call. Call the office right now. Somebody is at the office right now, can take your call and get that free estimate on the schedule for you at your earliest convenience. Or you can go to thedixiedifference.com and get that scheduled up. Or let's say my furnace is only a couple years old, like I said earlier in the show, then call for our radio special, our $59 furnace safety inspection. You lose up to 5% efficiency every year not maintaining your mechanical equipment in your home properly. So if you're not cleaning your furnace, you are really losing up to 5% efficiency every year. Think about it, folks. Over 10 years, your furnace is now up working less than 50% efficient than where it was when it was brand new. That's a travesty. That's horrible. Horrible. So make sure that you're getting it looked at every single year for your safety, for your comfortability, for the cleanliness, and to make sure that you keep your manageable energy bills in check, because you're maintaining your equipment every single year. You can call for our $59 furnace safety special. It's a radio special, 913-825-6600, or again, go to thedixiedifference.com and we can get you taken care of on all that. So as I'm giving all of our little things, what else am I missing?
I have no idea. I was thinking of something different.
The Facebook post. So
you
know what? If you want two absolutely free tickets to a KU K-State basketball game at the end of February, we'll go to our APW Facebook page. Do it right now while you're thinking about it, and scroll down to find the video where I'm holding the basketball. Like the APW page, and then scroll down, look for the basketball, and share that post. Go tag and share that post. And so that's how you get entered into the drawing, by liking the APW page, sharing that basketball video post of the free giveaway, and we'll get you entered into the drawing. So make sure that you do that now before you forget.
Man, I can't wait to go home and take a power nap.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I've been thinking about for like 30 minutes now.
It is a
power
Saturday
nap
afternoon, right?
Yep.
So, okay, so I want to get back into
Do I get to finish my thoughts?
Oh, okay. What's your thought?
Okay.
No more jokes, please. No more jokes.
No. I ain't got any more.
Okay, good.
Well, I do, but they're just worse than the other ones.
Okay.
So, so we're looking at, tanked water heaters, we think it's really simple. And
okay, so let me just remind folks, we're talking about tankless water heaters. We're really getting into of some benefits of what tankless is about. But when we get into the benefits of tankless, we also always want to revisit about tanked water heaters, about, why do we want to get away from that technology and into newer technology of tankless. So he kind of going on the cons of tanked water heaters.
Well, it's really this. Somebody says to me, hey, why should I get a tankless water heater? My response is, why do you have a tanked water heater?
But they don't know.
Right. That's what I'm saying is that there is, I understand not everybody wants to place that investment. I don't have a problem with that.
It is more of an investment up front, but they last twice as long as a tanked water heater.
And honestly, we're all getting a little bit older, but if you're 60 and you can have a tankless make it past the time you're probably going to be in your house, that is a much better deal than have to replace 3 water heaters during that time period. Because as we get older, it gets harder and harder for us to come up with the money. So if you invest now and take care of your house, it's better for us as we do get older. But this is
because let me just add on that. Tankless water
Mama.
Heaters last up to 20 years. So they last up to 20 years. Where average industry standards of a tanked water heater last anywhere from 8 to 10 years. So that's just industry standards. That's not APW standards. That's industry standards. You can go out there and find the research. They only last 8 to 10 years. Yours may have lasted longer, but there's so many stories out there that didn't last. They didn't even get to 8 years. So tankless though will last up to 20 years. That's a major. That's a major improvement.
Yeah, it's a major improvement, and Dixie's going to go off a whole bunch of benefits that she's 100% right on, and they're all great reasons. I am just very slanted negatively against tanked water heaters. I like the tankless how they work.
Well, because they can leak and they can bust. And
no, they can't. It's not that they can. They do. They all put out carbon.
At some point.
Every time a water heater starts up, it releases some carbon monoxide, right? Every time it's not maintained, it No, it does all the time.
No, I'm just saying if you have the opportunity to eliminate that, then, and we do now with tankless water heaters, it's 40-plus-year-old technology, so it's not like it just came out.
Right,
we're just getting more and more, apt to using them and installing them because people are learning more about it.
But the problem is we have these carbon monoxide detectors that set at 70 parts per million, and so people are like, well, it must be safe because they don't go off. But they're pals. They don't work. If you look at any of the studies that's done,
take 4 hours of constant
exposure. But you have as low as 9 parts per million of carbon monoxide affect the elderly and young, right? It affects fetuses. It hurts your body and your bones. It reduces oxygen intake in your body. And so then you have the fire department at 25 parts per million evacuates immediately. OSHA requires 30 parts per million to evacuate immediately, right? And then we have houses that are at 70 parts per million for 2 hours. And then at that point, what are the people supposed to do? And that's my problem is they don't go off, and you're dealing with a situation where bad education and people all about collecting some money and putting bad equipment in, not telling people that it can cause a lot of pains in their problem.
We're almost out of time, and I want to get to
That's my issue. Dang it.
Super passionate about that.
Well, it hurts people. It's stupid.
We're talking about carbon monoxide that does come from tanked water heaters. But I want to go over 4 basic points of why you should switch out.
I'll stop talking now. I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry for getting annoyed.
Way over there.
I just don't like people getting hurt.
First is the energy savings. You can save up to 40% on your utility bill switching out tanked for tankless. That is because of the on-demand system. While you're listening to the show today, your tanked water heater is going on and off and on and off, where a tankless water heater is only on when you request hot water.
Is it on and off? Is that carbon monoxide?
Off. Your tank is off. They last up to 20 years, like I said. They're only as big as a carry-on suitcase, so you get that extra space for storage. And lastly, my favorite is the luxury of endless amounts of hot water. You can literally take a shower for 3 days and never run out of hot water. So call for your free estimate on a tankless water heater. Spire Energy is giving up to $200 off on high-efficiency tankless. So call now for your free estimate, 913-825-6600. You talk too much, Keith, so I'm having to hurry up.
I'm sorry.
That's the end of the show. Thanks for listening to APW Help for Homes. Have a great weekend.
Love you.